it's not going to go so well for the local public. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of MLS Stadium is privately funded because owners are able to get more of a leverage to the city if they decide to fund the stadium outright, and that the general public most likely will not approve a public funded MLS stadium as much as you would see maybe in other leagues as well, especially the NFL that is. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is kind of a great idea that they decided to not really fully privatize the stadium. And talk about DC United, and when it comes to the MLS Next Pro team, people don't know, but DC United is the only MLS team that does not have an MLS Next Pro affiliates. Their affiliates, Loudoun United, still play in the USL Championship, and you just kind of had a sense that eventually they're gonna have to do it. And terms of just as a big advantage compared to them still having Loudoun United playing in the USL Championship as a way to develop some young talent throughout their academy. But yeah, we'll see whether or not, of course, this the does happen. Something tells me it's probably not going to happen because again, the whole part of the fact that this is not a complete private fund stadium is not going to go down very well for the people in Baltimore to build this stadium, and they might even not even see the incentive to build this stadium when no disrespect to the USL Super League, but it's kind of a second tier women's league compared to the NWSL, and then you decide to put an MLS Next Pro team, which is a third tier competition. Like nobody is going to pay for a 12,000 seat stadium just to house a second tier women's soccer team and also house a third tier and kind of a minor league kind of affiliate team in MLS. Now, Inter Miami, they have announced that they actually scheduled their final preseason game against IDV in Puerto Rico to February 26th due to the fact that Messi did suffer a knock in the game that he had against Barcelona SC. Now, it seems like that injury is not going to be too serious enough where, he's probably going to be back relatively soon. But I kind of find it odd the fact that they decided to reschedule this game to next week as well. Or actually, I'm sorry, not next week, but the week after next week. And the fact that I kind of find it funny, they said this is a preseason game, even though the regular season kicks off on the 21st of February. So yeah, it's just. I mean, I guess as weird as this is what happened when Inter Miami is a traveling circus. I mean, it's not just they're going to different um market around the league of seeing away games that are packed with fans that most of them are just casual fans or messy bandwagoner fan. But you also want to do it in the continental state as well, and this is of course an example of it. I mean, the good news is at least this is going to be in Puerto Rico, but the bad news is it just kind of feels weird the fact that they're going to be playing in LA and then they got to fly all the way across to the other side of the country on short rest to play in Puerto Rico, and then after that, I think they got Orlando as well. I mean, it's a shorter flight from Puerto Rico to Orlando, but it just kind of makes no sense. The fact that they decide to have to go all the way across the other side of the country, play this meaningless friendly when I'm pretty sure the focus is not just on MLS itself, but now you got the CONCACAF Champions Cup coming up, and this was really a great opportunity for them to actually get a full week of rest, something that I'm pretty sure those Inter Miami players don't know too much about because last season it feels like every single week they were playing 3 games in 7 days with the amount of fixture congestion they had to deal with. And then last but not least, so this was kind of interesting that I heard this news about the Foxborough city manager threatening to pull Boston World Cup games. Now, apparently, the city manager in the Foxborough area, which is where Gillette Stadium is, they're not happy in terms of the fact that they're not getting the revenue in terms of funding some public safety around the area. They're asking for $1 million, and it seems like the city doesn't want to provide that amount of money, and they might not make that revenue up. I mean, that's kind of the thing when it comes to these World Cup games, and the reason why we see more countries decided to not fall into this trap that FIFA was putting. I mean, FIFA always say like these country hosting the World Cup could be a huge boost to their economy. When I think it's kind of a bit of a hypocrisy that they say that because at the end of the day they kept pretty much all the revenue. All these local city don't really keep most of these revenue of the games that they have. I mean, sure, maybe these games might attract more fans that help the local economy in terms of the fans. Maybe go to a different venue to eat outside the stadium or even stay at the hotel. Maybe that will keep be a boost to the local economy, but more times or not, it just doesn't provide too much. And again, when it comes to the game itself, and when fans are attending these games and the tickets that fans are trying to get to go to these World Cup games, but keep all that revenue. The city doesn't actually get any of that revenue whatsoever. So yeah, as a result, you can see why there are a lot of countries doesn't want it, and you can also see why some city doesn't want it because they're not falling in to this trick that FIFA's trying to do, and it's kind of interesting the fact that I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the World Cup is still gonna happen. Some of these games are still gonna be happening at Gillette Stadium, but it is definitely maybe kind of a telling sign the fact that yeah, we are starting to see some cities that maybe kind of fall into that trap of thinking that it would be benefit for them, but in the end it kind of doesn't really benefit them, and they're gonna have to come out of their own money to try to provide other type stuff that needs to be a big part of the games that's taking place in the World Cup, and one of those things that is the reason why the Foxborough City management team is having some big concern about these game and maybe even pull out of it is the fact that they might not even have the enough funds to provide the public safety that is necessary for these games that is going to be taking place in just a couple of months. There you have it. That is pretty much it for the news of the week episode. As always, let me know in the comments below what do you think of these news, and if there's any news I didn't mention here on the board, let me know in the comments below as always. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.